right? We've talked about this several times before. This has popped up multiple times in the case that the Bulls would trade for Zion Williamson. Now, I'm of the mind that I've seen enough players with already major injury concerns be acquired by the Bulls, Jabari Parker, Lonzo Ball, and it never works out for us. Now, Zion's young, and there is still a chance that Zion could put together a healthy season. But one thing that I don't want to see with Zion that we see every summer is the Zion Weight Watch. Is the fact that at the beginning of you remember last year where it was like, hey, listen, look at Zion. He lost so much weight. Zion has a neck. By the end of the season, the weight was back on. And so it's at this point, it's just, I get the high risk, high reward potential with Zion Williamson. Make no mistake about it, right? I think when you look at the Bulls, we don't have the blue chip talent yet. Modest could be that guy. I think that Josh Giddey could eventually be looked at as that guy as well. He has to continue to develop the type of things that he needs to do. But the fact of the matter is that almost every front office has to take a risk at some point to become a championship contender. They say as much in this article in Clutch Points. By the way, I didn't say the writer. This was read by Jay Pagadon. So shout out to Jed who wrote that article. They say as much in the article that eventually the Bulls are going to have to take a risk. Now, that risk can come via the draft on a player, reaching on a player. It can come via making a trade like a player for Zion Williamson. And the thing is that Zion, we know how dominant he can be when he's on the basketball court. I don't think anybody's going to say that when Zion is healthy and when he's on the basketball court, he's an absolutely dominant player. The problem is how much he's on the basketball court and how much are you willing to bet on his ability to stay on the basketball court as much as you need. Now, there is a thought process from some fans that, you can get Zion for low. If they were going to trade Zion for low, that deal would have probably already been done. I don't think they're trying to lowball Zion Williamson to the point where it's like, we're just willing to give him up for a first-round pick. If that is the case, then that's almost worth the risk because how high the reward could possibly be for Zion at 25 years old is crazy. It's ridiculous, right? But I have an inkling that it's going to be more than that. This is a guy that for his NBA career has averaged 24 points per game. Now, the problem is that he's only played over 70 games once in his 5-year NBA career, over 60 games twice. That's a 70 season and his second year where he's played 61 games. Other than that, 24 games played, 29 games played, 30 games played last year. That is a huge risk. And so the thing about it is being urged to trade for Zion, what's the deal looking like? Is a big question in that. And that's one of the questions that you have. And then not even get to the out of the basketball things. Let's just look at all the off the court issues that he's been dealing with recently, right? The violence, misconduct, the allegations. I'm just going to leave it at that. The allegations